first episode ever of Adventurers Wanted. Thank you for joining us. So just before we start, this performance, like all of the performances, is a relaxed performance. So that just means we've got a relaxed attitude to any sound or movement from our audience members, just for the benefit of anyone who might not be able to be still or silent throughout the duration of the show. If at any point you do want to leave, you can head through the door at the back, grab some water in that, come back in whenever you feel ready. I'm over here, so give me a shout if you need anything. We've got some like audio loop headsets as well, so you can use those if you'd like as well. I'm going to put these lights on. The lights should stay like this at all times. However, we have been having a couple of blips with them. If they do go out, I will run for them on as quickly as possible, but there will always be light here, and there will be some background music, but no like bangs or anything. That's everything.
Hello, hello, hello. My name is Reese and I am the Games Master for this hour, right up until 3 o'clock. Oh. It's okay, it's okay. What is this? What are we doing? We are playing a tabletop role-playing game. What does that mean? Well, these wonderful individuals around me have their own individual unique characters with their own special traits and abilities that they can apply to certain situations. I, as the Games Master, play the rest of the world. That means I control the monsters they fight, the allies they talk to, the seas they sail upon, the islands they explore, and the beer in their bellies. Oh, after last night, I never want to do that again. Alright, so, we pick up, because there's 160 hours of backstory, so I'll try and make this brief. Our players are crew members upon a scientific research vessel known as the Spirit of the Horizon. The Spirit of the Horizon was sent to investigate an island that seemingly appeared overnight, and whilst doing so, awakened a great old god in a last-ditch attempt to escape as it destroyed its fleet. They read a spell upon a stone tablet which they didn't truly understand, and it threw them into a new reality. With new lands to explore, species to discover, social structures to understand, their main mission is to get home. We pick up our adventurers as they are currently in the middle of the Katafu homeland. After doing a few odd jobs for them here and there. When I say odd jobs, I mean clearing out a temple from a storm elemental, retrieving a long-disappeared cleric and his revenant son. We find our party after a small exploration party has returned with the disappeared cleric who has been gone for 10 years. There's a couple of days have passed. The Spirit of the Horizon is long on its way to repair. The top deck is almost done. The sails are being returned. As word arrives from the Komodo capital, a meeting is being called for an immediate ceasefire to be discussed. When this word hits Katafu ears, you are called into the council chamber for a discussion. So, come on, Captain Golan.
Yes.
This is actually the opportunity I'm going to give for our players to introduce themselves. So, starting with Chaz, would you like to start us off?
I am Chaz, and I am Golan Height, who is the captain of the Spirit of the Horizon. Raging alcoholic, awkward stepdad, father to a griffin called Chauncey. Feeling his age.
I'm Norton Whitefeather, a deserted soldier from a very long halfling war that he really didn't want to be part of. And he was part of it for 3 years, then ran away to the first hiding place he could find, which happened to be the Spirit. And now he's really come a long way and has managed to successfully stay hidden, I suppose, or at least keep out of the way on the ship. But now he appears to have been roped into the antics that he's been hearing so much about, and he's very, very scared.
Excellent.
I'm Anna, and I'm playing an elf cleric called Mariella. She uses they, them, or she, her pronouns, and is a stowaway that just appeared suddenly after 160 hours.
I have to say, the stowaway population of this bloody ship.
The security is terrible.
I know. I'm gonna have some words.
Okay.
I'm Aaron. I'm playing Noise, who is a human fighter and is on board ship because he decided after a while walking up and down on land, he'd get his feet wet enjoying the ship as a marine, and he really, really doesn't like deserters.
Okay.
So,
Nice. Nice. All right. So, a courier knocks on your cabin door.
Oh, is my cabin still intact?
Your cabin has basically everything within your cabin has been picked up and moved into a small burrow which you are now using as your headquarters.
The arcane lock's still in effect.
Sure, let's say Brina moved the arcane lock over.
Why not?
Chatsy too.
Yes.
A letter for you, Captain.
Thank you.
You see this small, young Katafu individual is clearly a courier and has been given a very important job to deliver this letter and is rather nervous.
Right. Thank you.
I just wanted to say thank you for everything you and your crew have done, sir. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Oh well. Yes, that's very kind of you, and you can say to your superiors that you've done an excellent job, and so says I.
Thank you, sir. If you see them, can you tell them this self? They won't believe me.
Of course I will. What's your name, young man?
My name,
Yes,
Marcius.
Marcius. I shall remember that.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
I'll be on my way.
Certainly.
Have a great day, sir.
Oh, and you. And you. Just a beautiful for God's sake. I was on this then.
You read the summons, and it's an order to come to the temple to begin discussions about what they are expecting to happen in the discussion about the ceasefire.
Delicate situation. I'll need some help.
Yes, you will. What does the captain do?
Well, I'll get myself looking as proper as possible.
You put on your ill-fitting captain's finest. Seeing as they were made for Sammy de Lasson, not for you.
Yeah.
Sammy de Lasson is the previous captain of the ship who passed away after reading the spell with the stone tablet on it.
I think I'll put my medals on as well.
Oh! Shiny. You kit yourself out, leave your burrow.
Stay here, Chauncey.
Chauncey can't fit in. Chauncey is outside.
How big is Chauncey now?
Chauncey, how can I describe Chauncey? Chauncey is now probably stands about so high.
Okay, so he's about the size of a motorbike.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Chauncey is growing incredibly fast because I'm not sure if you guys have, obviously all of you have read up on Griffin anatomy, right?
Where my griffin heads at?
Excellent. As you leave, Chauncey looks over towards you as she pulls herself away from a large fish platter that has been laid out for her.
It's all right, Chauncey. I won't be gone long. You keep an eye on things here. You're my eyes and ears, yeah?
Okay. So you look around, Captain Golan, and you see multiple members of your crew just pottering around, waiting for the Spirit of the Horizon to be completed. What do you do?
What do I do? Can I see anything? Can I see anything bizarre?
Make a perception check.
Oh, bloody well. Perception. That is a 23.
23. You observe around. What were you three individuals doing just before this moment as the captain walks out of his burrow?
Are there still repairs going on?
There are still repairs going on the ship.
Well, Norton, when he was found on the ship, he was put to work in one of the magazines or various weaponry places, so he was probably carrying some things to somewhere and trying to rebuild the magazine.
Okay.
Maybe he was in eyeshot carrying a bunch of weapons.
Absolutely.
I was just sitting on the floor watching everybody work.
All right then.
I'm probably testing the strength of the deck by banging my feet on it and checking everything's at right angles and all that sort of stuff.
Get your level out. Oh, that's good enough. The ship, even though parts of it are still in need of repair, the craftsmanship that has been done on it as a reward for the crew's hard works, not only here but earlier on in the battleground area between the Komodo and the Katafu. The workmanship is fantastic. It's not quite completed yet. The top deck is almost completed. The sails are being repaired. The wheel is finally being replaced. And the ship looks like it's fresh out the dock. You see these individuals pottering around. What would you like to do, Captain?
Ah, nice. Good morning.
And who are you?
That would be Captain Golden Height, the captain.
That says you. I see a bloke wearing a lot of medals I'm not sure he's entitled to.
Oh, the shade! Did anyone else feel that?
Well, bloody good morning to you too. I'm going to choose to forget that as tensions are running high, Noise. However, I will need a personal escort to these peace talks, and I think you're the right man for the job.
Brace up and salute and mutter and things and walk half a pace behind.
Yes. Let's see, let's just pick 2 crew members at random. Never poke a sleeping eye. You two, yes.
Well, no, I wasn't there. I didn't know anything about it. I'm just going to go over here. I've just got to jot this up. He said I got to drop it off.
You see this muttering, stuttering, puttering? I mean, come on. Rule of 3, right?
Yeah.
Halfling individual carrying crates back and forth. He looks like he's just trying to look busy.
Put that down.
Put what down?
Put the thing you're carrying down.
I put it down.
It's just a crate of spears,
Yeah. I'm just looking at
harpoons.
Hello, Captain.
Hello there.
You alright?
Yes, I'm going on a little excursion. I think it might be a good time for you to get some experience out in the wider world.
Oh,
eh?
I've had quite enough experience. Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, don't worry. We are helping negotiate peace. It's diplomatic.
Oh.
Yes. Now, doesn't that sound enticing?
No. If you're going to stop a war, then
Oh, no, please, I insist. Nay, I order.
aye.
Excellent.
The character's name is Mariella, right? Mariella sees the captain go up to this halfling individual as she sits there, just observing. What would you like to do in this situation?
Just follow. Can I not be asked, but just follow behind it?
Are you making it apparent that you're following, or are you just
I'm not
skulking?
being super stealth about it, but
Okay. So,
All right, off we go. Just the 3 of us.
and about 10 paces behind is Mariella. As you stop, she stops.
Well, I guess this is how my day's going. Oh, well.
You make your way through the city, and as you pass, you see multiple smiling faces. As you pass, you are renowned throughout this place at this point. You have done so much for these people.
Oh, yeah.
You're a member of the crew.
I'm fine with it.
Part of the crew, part of the ship.
Fine by me.
Morning. Good. Yes. Oh, what's that? What a lovely baby.
You see down there's this small Katafu baby. The Katafu are these troll-like individuals with these grotesque faces and thick skins like a deep grey colour with long, greasy black hair.
Thank you. That's lovely.
We
Is he a
named him
mammal?
after you.
Oh, oh, thank you. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful child you have. Thank you so much.
Her
What's that
name's
portrait? Yes, it's a lovely portrait you've made of my ship. Yeah, just sorry to who? Yes, of course, right. Peace and love, Captain Golanhide. Oh God.
As you make your way through this town towards the temple that also acts as council chambers, you see this large tower, and at the top, just about 7 stories up, you see a Tyrannosaurus Rex-shaped hole that is being repaired, as you've heard stories that Commander Allura polymorphed herself into a Tyrannosaurus Rex and threw herself and a large golden golem out the side towards the ground.
I'm going to have to reconsider the definitions of the phrase out of the box thinking.
Norton just gulps really hard.
Right, in we go.
You enter and you see this large council chamber. There's a long table. You see multiple Katafu individuals standing on either side. All pillars of the community. There are merchants and the head of the fishing trade. And at the very end, you see Alana, the high priestess of Kataruba, the god of these people, and the builder, Mongoa, Strongarm, the unelected but indefinite leader of these people. Ah, yes! Crew of the Spirit of the Horizon, come in, come in! I heard you. I see you've heard the good news that peace talks are finally on the table.
Yes, in fact, the man who sent me the scroll I thought was a very professional young man. Marcius, I believe his name was.
Marcius.
Yes.
He's a good young lad.
He's a
Not
good-
much up there, but he works hard.
He's a good lad and he should be rewarded for his hard work. Very.
What would you recommend, sir?
What would I recommend? Well, I don't know. Do you have can you help him move up the sort of career ladder? Is there promotion in his future?
From courier to slightly better courier.
Yes, that's right. Make him head courier.
Head courier. It will be seen to.
Ah, marvellous.
He will be in charge of all the currying.
That's right.
You are brought in. Before we disembark to the Komodo capital, the Komodo have also asked for your presence to be there. You are well liked on both sides, and it will be. What's the word I'm looking for? Let's just say it will be a big help if your presence is there.
Most certainly. I'm more than happy, and my crew, I'm sure, are more than happy to act as intermediaries.
Excellent. I need to say this because I don't want people jumping to assumptions. By arriving with us, you are not on our side. You don't have to be. We don't expect you to be. Do you have any questions about what my people want from these peace talks?
Yes. What is the end goal here?
Well, we want peace.
Yes.
We want a fair share of the land. And we want the fighting to stop. How far into the council chambers did you come?
All the way in.
All the way in. At this point, your party of 3 has become a party of 4 as you look over it and see Mariella. You're a half elf or full elf?
Full elf.
Full elf.
Full-on elf.
Full on elf. Joins the party.
Right.
Hi.
I don't think I've seen you on the ship.
I've been there just hanging around.
Yes. There's a lot of that going about.
I mean, yeah, we should at some point talk about the security because it's shit.
Oh, really? Royce, I'm looking at you.
Well, it's not my fault, sir. Just too many stowaways. All this happened before I turned up.
Feels like I'm passing the baton, but all right. Well, the last time we brought a stowaway with us, she became head scout, so...
It's true. Don't ask about the promotion system on this ship. A cleaner become quartermaster, like...
It's a pretty rapid-fire promotion system, so, you know, if you impress me...
If I would, sir, you don't want to be saying words like fire casually around people like me. It ends badly, especially if you see fire when it talks.
Very wise advice, Noyce. I shall try and keep my lexicon less inflammatory.
Actually, what, sir?
It means You know what? We should go.
I warn you that not all the Katafu want peace. Some want what they see as justice or revenge. There is a faction of our tribe known as the Cold Strike. They live in the far north and they have been most directly affected by the war. Majority of their people have been either killed out by cold or the Komodo. They will not be easy to get on side. There's one last thing.
Yes.
We want justice brought to one individual.
And whom would that be?
Commander Core.
Commander Core, you say?
Yes, he oversaw the war's bloodiest chapter. He personally defeated a Katafu outpost at Parched Harbour, murdered everyone on the island except the children. And the children, to stop them speaking, he cut out their tongues. Understand that there is war and then there is just a travesty. I'm sure you've seen your fair share of that, Captain.
A bit too much, but yes.
After hearing that story, how do the other members of the party feel?
I think Norton's probably having flashbacks at this point. Different war, but it all sounds a bit familiar. So he's gone very quiet and sort of nodding a lot.
Noise?
What direction he's in and point me and where to go.
Okay.
Mariella's just horrified.
Nice.
Quietly.
Yes. Excellent. Okay.
Right, shall we set off?
Well, the ship's nearly complete. Once it's ready to go, we'll set sail. The Komodo capital's about 2 to 3 days sail away. During this time, is there anything in particular that the party would like to do? You have a day before the ship is seaworthy, and then you have 2 to 3 days before you reach the Komodo capital. So during that time, is there anything that individual party members would like to do, or explore, or acquire for themselves?
I'd like to have a conversation with Philip, actually, briefly.
Yes, of course. Philip has made a little study for himself.
Of course, he has buddy geologists.
Philip is the ship's geologist, this elven wizard who Golan went to university with. They have an interesting relationship, to say the least. Ah, yes! Golan! How can I help you?
Philip, I had some questions about the tablet.
What about it?
Well, we seem to have collected more shards, which is nothing but good news.
Yes.
Using your expertise, I don't suppose you could determine how many pieces are left?
I'll see what I can do. We have 5.
Yes.
Maybe 3 more?
Oh, that's good.
It's better than 4.
Wise words as always, Violet.
Thank you. Anything else you need from me, Captain? Or can I get back to my rocks?
No, of course. We'll be setting sail soon for the peace talks.
The ship looks pretty good.
The ship looks fantastic, actually. I don't think I've ever seen it in that condition.
It's going to take a while. The guns are almost loaded, thankfully.
Marvelous. Hopefully we won't need them. There's peace talks in a couple of days.
Let's hope so.
Oh,
3 days. The Komodo want peace.
Yes.
Excellent.
3 days. Funny, just... sorry.
What is it?
You do know what's in 3 days, right?
Nope.
It's my birthday.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot, Golan.
No worries. We've all
With
been
everything
distracted.
that's been going
To be
on,
honest, I
it
prefer not to
completely slipped my
remember myself.
mind.
48 years of age.
48. Wow. For a human, that's old.
Tactful as always, Violet.
I'm just saying, I've
Glass
still
of
got
cakes.
at least half a
How did you
century
get in
left
there?
in me.
Have you been here this whole time, Noyce?
Might have been.
I really need to pay more attention to my periphery.
Is there anything else that other members of the crew would like to be doing during this time? You
Get out of
can
here, Noyce.
explore the town, you can have chats with individuals upon the ship, you can go for a drink.
What do we know about where the guy we're there to bring justice to lives? And I mean, did he live up a mountain? Is he down in a bunker? What's the story?
Make an investigation check.
I'm only
Straight roll.
Only a +0. So
Oh, good.
16.
16. Excellent. So, you begin to ask around town, gain some information, learn what you can about the Komodo. The Komodo are these lizard-like individuals. They stand about 5 foot tall, have thick set jaws. They worship a god known as Makahirio, a dragon god. From what you've discerned, a lot of the people within the town want peace with the Komodo. They're sick and tired of this war that has waged on for centuries. They just want it to end. They've lost family members, daughters, sons, brothers, mothers, fathers. Whoever would go off to fight went off to fight. From what you hear about Commander Core is mainly horror stories. He's portrayed as the true villain of the Komodo. He's said to be bloodthirsty and ruthless and would rather kill you than look at you. He's said to have been pulled back to the Komodo capital, which you are going to sail to in a few days. Okay. You two, anything you'd like to be doing? No?
Just laying low and looking for ways to not have to do this, but probably finding none.
Okay, so, after a good night's rest, the ship has been worked on through the night. The sails are at the ready. You're able to board. As you do, you see Mongua standing on the deck making a few last checks. The docks, especially the shipbuilding areas, are his jurisdiction. It's his business. He is the one who's been overseeing the reconstruction of the spirit. He is also the gentleman you spoke to yesterday. As you approach, I hope it is to your liking. We listened to instruction and have tried to reconstruct everything to its previous standard.
It's more than perfect.
It's what we like to hear. Well, we will get our ships ready. I have taken the liberty of moving your map into your cabin again, Captain. And I've also marked off where we are heading.
Much obliged. Helmsman?
A small halfling individual makes his way up the stairs. You know him as Garrison. He has been appointed as one of the helmsmen alongside the tiefling barbarian Vatchel. No, sorry, that's his real name. Holler.
Holla!
Who has been in and out of his duties of late. So, the sails are set down. The ship pulls away from the island, and quickly you see these Katafu ships begin to follow you. Can I get a perception check from everyone? Thank you very much.
24.
11.
11. Have you not got a perception bonus?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you got a very good one.
18.
18. So 18. What was yours?
4.
24.
26.
26.
Natural 20
You-
plus 6.
Oh, no, it's a gnat.
It's a nat.
Critical success. You see everything in time and space ever.
You stare directly into the monolith.
As you
Yeah, like.
glance upon the horizon, you see multiple Katafu fleets join your lead. You look back and you see 7 or 8 ships, all at your tail, following your lead. You look out across the deck and you see a familiar bird-like individual making his way down towards his newly built embassy. It is the red and blue Maguro. The Maguro are these bird-like individuals with long beaks, multiple colour feathers of all different colours and varieties. Their people are natural-born tinkerers. They enjoy making things. This one, at first, went by plumage, but in traditional Maguro fashion, when they hear a word they really like, they'll often change their name to that word. And now goes to by potassium nitrate.
I want to do that.
Oh, potassium. So good to see you.
Hello, Captain.
Hello.
How can I help you?
How goes the ambassadorship?
Fantastic. I have filled up the embassy with plenty of Katafu wine. And beer.
It's a good thing I'm in a good mood today. Potassium, it really is.
Excellent, Captain. Is there anything else you need from me?
Do you know anything about this Commander Call?
I've heard stories. Commander Corps is, depending on where you're standing, either a hero or the most treacherous villain that has ever existed.
Oh, good. I thought these talks were going to be easy.
Commander Corps has led multiple Komodo victories against the Katafu. If you're standing on the side of the Katafu, he is seen as a bloodthirsty monster who has killed and slaughtered millions in his wake. So, really a two-sided coin.
Right.
Not a whole lot of grey there, is there?
Very black and white. Well, that'll be... Oh, actually, plumage.
If this teaches anything, life is just a matter of perspective.
Plumage, in this land,
Yes.
I mean, as a...
You mean Havmar the Hull, or do you mean the Komodo
No,
place,
I
or
mean-
the
I mean-
Maguro place?
I mean Havmar.
Havmar in general, yeah. What about it?
You have birthdays and something?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I personally didn't. I have a hatching day. But those who give birth to live young, as the mammals do, mammals,
Standing right here, plumage.
have birthdays, yeah.
Oh, good. Just curious.
Why'd you ask, Captain?
No.
Is your birthday coming up?
No. Purely anthropological discussion. I will roll deception.
Roll deception for me.
Out of a 4.
That's a critical failure.
Got away with it.
Got away with it. Ah! But yeah, no, we have birthdays and hatching days and coming of age ceremonies.
Oh, well, sociological perspective. Always good to know what everyone's up to. Anyway, back to my cabin.
Bye, Captain! Well, that was weird. The Magura heads his way down deck. After a few days' sail, you hear from up in the crow's nest, "Land ho!" As you look out at the horizon, you see this landmass appear. This gigantic city with multiple white towers rising up along the coast. Its architecture, for a real-world reference, reminds you of Renaissance Japan. There are these large rising towers, multiple canals filter through the city. There is this large harbour set off by this natural caldera, a wall of stone and coral. There is an entranceway for ships to come in and out, and on either side of the entranceway are two large white towers that look down. As you look up at them, they are covered in multiple Komodo. You also, upon every tower, you see this rising platinum dragon that twirls round it. These beautiful carvings and paintings of this clearly religious symbology is at the heart of Komodo culture. Yes, you can. As the ship pulls up into the harbour, you see a large Komodo greeting party. As the Spirit of the Horizon docks, you hear cheers and applause as multiple Komodo, both military and civilian, have turned out to greet you.
Hello, good to see you. What a lovely baby.
You see this scaled little baby, recently hatched. We named him after you. Her name's Golan.
Oh, go well. It's a charming name for a charming child. What's that? Who am I making that out to? There you go.
As you make your way off the ship, there are multiple people come up and shake your hands with these beaming smiles, eyes full of joy and hope, as you are portrayed as saviors.
I haven't really done anything. Honestly, I haven't. No, I'm not being modest. I literally haven't done anything.
Okay.
Got to really hope they've just put you on their shoulders. No.
I'm not a humble man.
As you make your way down the dock, you see at the end the sign. This white painted board that says, "Welcome to Zuzukshi." For those who want to know how to spell that, that's Z-O-Z-O-K-S-H-E. Zuzukshi.
Suzuki, yes.
Yes, of course. A Komodo individual approaches you as the rest of the Katafu ships begin to dock up. You see 7 or 8 of them as the passengers on board begin to disembark and join the rest of the Spirit of the Horizon. The mood changes slightly. There's still a little bit of tension there. As you are approached by a female Komodo. She's wearing these plain, simple robes with yellow and silver mantle upon her, clearly holding some religious significance. She approaches and confused for a moment. Goes up to you, Mariella. Hello!
Hello.
What's your name?
Mariella.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
My name is Logram. Are you the leader?
I'm not, no.
Who is?
That one.
Oh, hello. My name is Logram. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Golan, Captain Golan, hi.
I'm sorry.
You were shaking my hand too long.
I will be acting as your guide within the city, as appointed by the Sultan.
By the Sultan, you say?
Yes.
Oh, marvellous. Well,
I'll be giving you a quick debrief. As you have arrived with the Katafu, I'm sure you've already had discussions with them, and the Sultan would like to have a discussion with you before the peace talks begin.
I would be surprised if you didn't.
Excellent. So, remember your manners. As you approach, bow deeply, incredibly deeply. If you have tails, point them in the air.
Good note.
The Sultan is a particularly, how can I describe it? Well, grouchy individual.
Right.
But he's excited to meet you,
Oh,
which is rare for him. So, follow me.
all right.
You make your way through this city, and there are these multiple white walls, beautiful silvers and blues and yellows as decoration. As you make your way through, there are still multiple Komodo individuals who approach you and thank you. There is such an atmosphere of joy and peace within the city. For people still technically at war, this is warming. It's a odd atmosphere.
Excellent work ingratiating yourself, Mariella. Maybe there's some work in the ambassador's office for you.
Oh, sounds good.
Hang on.
Because I hate plumage.
Oh! As you look back, about 15-foot plumage heard that.
It's a sign of affection where I'm from.
Ow! Make a deception check.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a 2.
Ow! You're lying to me again, Captain.
I would never lie to you, plumage. That is ungainly of a captain.
On what, sir?
Ungainly. Thank you, Noise. You see, Noise agrees.
So, you make your way through
got
the
away with
city. And you approach this large palace. Easily the tallest tower, centered in the middle of this city. You see as it's surrounded by this large canal that spreads all out through the city like veins of this living, breathing city almost. It has such an presence about it. The atmosphere, you can smell the cherry blossom in the air, the smell of fresh fruit and spices as you walk up and down the streets. You see kids playing, you see parents sitting down and having conversations as their kids play in the parks and in the shallows of the canals.
Right, I'm getting really skeptical here, right? This is a country at war and there's fresh fruit and vegetables in the streets and kids playing when 8 enemy warships have just turned up. I'm looking around trying to work out what's going on here because I'm not liking it.
Make an insight check.
Can I get a +2 on that? So, 15.
15. It is odd. The atmosphere within the city does not match a city at war. And there has been little to no combat ever since the Spirit of the Horizon got involved all those weeks ago, causing an almost ceasefire at the front lines. Since then, shipments have been able to move fairly undisturbed. There's still been the odd flashes of combat, but other than that, it's been relatively peaceful.
With peace, trade routes will open up to the other calderas, you see. stabilising the economy as a whole. Got to think about the geopolitical structure.
I'm not going to ask.
You are led across this large, ornate bridge that on either end appears to be the mouth of a dragon. As you cross over, you see these large platinum doors in front of you, ornately carved of this dragon swirling over a city. You recognize it as the city you're in, and the dragon above seems to be its protector.
Alright, really doubling down on that imagery.
The doors slide open, and inside you see multiple Komodo individuals, all wearing quite nice regal robes. As you enter, the Katafu are also welcomed in. They are led into a large council chamber, at which point the Komodo that has been guiding you through the city pulls you to the side and says, "Please, come this way. You will be greeted with the Sultan and have a small talk with him before any negotiations start. I hope that is okay.
Certainly.
Please follow me."
It's why we're such a small party. We've got the captain, some guards, and our representative from the ambassador's office.
What position are you putting?
I'll make one.
Everything above plumage, right?
Not plumage is your aim.
Not plumage.
You're the ambassador from the ambassador's office to the captain. That's what it
You're the captain's direct line. Get ready for that job.
You're the blinking red phone.
Do I have a union?
What?
Unionize?
Unionize?
Yeah, we don't talk about here.
It's a military research. How dare you? I would never. Anyway.
This is a.
I would like to No, I won't write.
This is a civilian ship with a military escort. I think you'll find. You are taken down this corridor, and it begins to swirl upwards as you reach these large, plain silver doors that are wood that's been painted silver, and the doors are pushed open. You enter, and you see these multiple silks that hang from the ceiling. Sitting on the other side, you see a particularly large Komodo individual. Sitting in his chair, smiling as you approach. That's where we're going to leave this hour off. I'm going to hand back over to our SM Cat. A big round of applause for our players.
Nice.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining us for this hour. Please do feel free to come back if you want to watch, or if you do want to play. You can book player tickets downstairs at the box office or on the Sweet website. I cannot remember that. I can't remember that word. Anyway, we are live streaming at oh my goodness, this is not going well this morning, is it? Twitch.tv/Adventurers Wanted. Tweet it at Adventurers250, and you can follow us on every form of social media. We're here until the end of the Fringe, 10 to 3 and then 5 to 10 every day apart from the 24th and 25th. I'm going to hand over to you guys if anyone wants to do a wee sneaky one-line plug of the show.
Plug away.
No, right, excellent.
No.
Right.
Capture.
I'm in a sketch comedy double act. We're called Dirty White Boys. Our show's called Stupid. It's a very silly, very dumb, sort of turbocharged Morecambe and Wise style sketch show. It's on at 9:20 in the evening at Just the Tonic at the Caves on Cowgate. Pay one show as well, which means it's free to get in. Come tonight. We've got press in. There are flyers on the chair at the end there.
Anyone else?
In any other shows? You guys know?
Fair enough. I'm going to end
All right.
here. Thank you so much for joining us. Please do feel free to come back. There are
Absolutely.
plenty more hours, as you can imagine. But
I've been hoarding pencils.
Less than 100 hours, guys. We got this. I'm not dead inside.